And joining us now is award winner R Madhavan. Congratulations on the National Award for Rocketry, the Nambi Effect. Madhavan, tell us how you feel about this.
Well, thank you so very much, Madhav. I'm very, very touched. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, so I thought I couldn't be happier after the success of Chandrayaan yesterday for Nambi Narayanan Sir, because his engine was involved, the Vikas engine, and I was celebrating. But today I'm rendered speechless. You know, the entire team Rocketry is celebrating the recognition that Nambi Narayanan Sir is getting for all that he has done. We've barely, made a movie on what he has lived through, and to see his, his name getting into the archives and him becoming part of history is one of our greatest pleasures today.
Right. Also, in fact, the Prime Minister has tweeted about this particular film. In fact, several BJP leaders attended the special screening of the film as well. How would you respond to those who say that this film is being rewarded because it suits a certain political narrative?
Madhav, I don't even want to talk about it. You know, people who have seen the film will know what I'm talking about. You know, anything that is good, if you don't sing praises about it, it is actually as big a crime as it is keeping quiet and giving agendas to everything. So I really don't want to answer that question.
Right. Okay. Now let me get down to what the Supreme Court said. The court said that it cannot lose sight of the wrongful imprisonment, malicious prosecution, the humiliation and the defamation faced by the appellant. Do you think that this recognition for the film, what do you think about it in terms of what it symbolizes for getting the story of Nambi Narayan out there and the harassment that he faced?
Well, I think that it is without doubt celebrating the achievement of Nambi Narayanan Sir. What happened to him is just a small part of the film, and as malicious and wrong as it was not all the story about him. It was what was really sad is that people didn't even know about his achievements, the incredible things that he's done for ISRO, for the sake of the country. And I think that is our biggest achievement. Not just, I could have easily made a film about the case, but it wasn't about that. It was about the achievement of ISRO scientists, what they've managed to achieve with such meager resources as well. I don't know. I mean, if people are actually grasping what Chandrayaan did yesterday and what it means to India, right? You know, the fallout of the technology that has proved itself yesterday is so good for the consumers and for the nation on the whole. Everything from from medicine to technology is going to benefit from it, and that is why it is so important that we celebrate the achievement of our scientists and hold them high in our esteem and protect them as national assets.
Right, because because you're mentioning the role of Mr. Nambi Narayan and the Vikas engine, etc. I'm asking you this question in that light, not the political aspect, because there are some scientists who claim that the bulk of the work on the cryogenic engine was done after Mr. Narayan left ISRO. Where do you stand on that? Because they've raised several factual issues, but where do you stand on this particular issue? And is there criticism valid?
Madhav, I want to question your source on that, because rantings of a few people cannot actually contribute to facts, and I'm sure that as a channel you will also attribute proper due diligence when you do something like that. We have actually taken names in the film. We have named ISRO, we have named IB, we have named NASA. I'm sure that if anything was inaccurate, we would have heard about it.
Right. Okay. There are some news reports that I was actually reading just before we this interview. But let me ask you one final question. And this is because it is a national award. This is not the first time it's happening, but because they are given by the government, do you think that they are susceptible to politicization? Because one of the other films that has won the award, Kashmir Files, has been in the midst of huge political controversy. In fact, opposition parties have come out and they've raised questions about why it's being given the award for national integration, for instance.
I'm not here to make a comment on that, Madhav. I thought you were here to congratulate me for the achievement of Rocketry and what we've done as a film, and I'm going to keep this interview to that. The debate will go on forever till the cows come in, and I'm not going to be part of that. I'm just happy today, and I'm going to be celebrating with the team of Rocketry as well as the euphoria that Mr. Nambi Narayan will be feeling, and for that I'm eternally grateful to the government as well as the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, and most importantly, let me repeat that, I'm eternally grateful to the Information of Broadcasting, and you can see how excited I am.
The Ministry of Information Broadcasting. Let me get that right. But have you spoken to Mr. Nambi Narayan since the award? Have you been able to have a word with him?
he was the first person I called. You know, I wanted to just look at him and thank him for giving me this opportunity. We've been through blood and sweat as far as making this film is concerned, but he has lived through it, and to see him happy and celebrate has been our biggest reward, and for that I'm very grateful to the jury, to the Information and Broadcasting Ministry, to the government, to all the people who actually encouraged us along the way. You know, it was tough living through with this film during COVID, and everybody just stood by us. And the extraordinary reviews that the public has given us on YouTube and everywhere around the world, it's testimony to the fact that this film did actually deserve what we've got.
Well, absolutely. And what did Mr. Nambi Narayanan have to say to you?
He said, you're just beginning right now, Mr. Madhavan. You have no idea what you've done, and I can't wait to see what else you're going to achieve.
So are we going to see now a film on Chandrayaan 3 as well?
You know what? This has been a coincidence. I was never supposed to direct this film, Madhav, but it happened, and I'm afraid that if I make another film, people will find out that I'm not as good a director as they thought they were. So I'm going to be very careful.
You don't have to be modest. You just won an award.
No, I'm not being modest. I mean, it's a great exercise in self-confidence for me. But having said that, I've never been to a school. I've never actually been to an editing room before this film. And so I guess this is just it's just a pat on the back saying, if you dream big things and you will achieve it. But I'm also afraid that I will be called out if I do another film. So I'll be very careful in what I select.
So no more filmmaking after this directorial success. That would
I
be
have a lot
pity.
to give as an actor. I think I have a lot to give as an actor, so I'm going to enjoy that a little bit. My family has been through a lot while making this film, so right now we just want to enjoy the acting bit, and eventually when the calling comes, I'm sure I'll jump into it.
But you said your family's been through a lot. How hard was it really making the film in that perspective?
We put in everything, right? And the best part is that we believed that story need to be told. We were not doing it, and anybody who sees this film will know that it's got all the commercial trappings which we never used, and we didn't want to make it into a commercial film. We just wanted to tell the story as it is. We wanted to keep it scientific. We hoped that the audience will get it. So there were a lot of risks that we were taking, and just when we thought that we were on the verge of delivery, we got hit by COVID, and so. To keep a ready film in 5 languages with you and keep tweaking it over a period of 2.5 years and releasing it just post-COVID and hoping that the public come to the theaters and make it into a hit, all that really took a strain on all of us. And I'm very grateful for my family to have stuck behind that. And when I mean my family, I mean the Rocketry family as well as my personal family. It was very, very trying, and it's good to know that we've come out of it unscathed.
Well, after the trials of COVID and the trials of Mr. Nambi Narayanan, some good news. We'd like to congratulate you and the entire Rocketry team as well as Nambi Narayanan. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, Madhavan.
I really appreciate it, and you're very kind. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.